What's going on, Lightning fans? Rachel West and Ed Encina back here with you at Amalie Arena, getting you set for Game 6 of the Lightning versus the Maple Leafs. And Ed, it was a very tough loss for the Bolts up in Toronto in Game 5. But one thing that they've shown time and time again these past couple years is they know how to respond after a loss and they can bounce back. Do you think they have one more of those games left in them?
Well, history tells us that they should. 16-0 coming off of a loss dating back to the 2020 playoffs. So they know how to correct their mistakes after a loss. Past couple days after that Game 5 loss, we've heard a lot about attention to detail and how important that is. So we should expect them to do that. I think it's a little bit different this time around because they really have no margin for error. It's an elimination game. They have to win just to force a Game 7 to send the series back to Toronto. So that's a little bit different. They've only faced that one other time during this run. But, history says until we can't believe in the Lightning to do this, I think we have to believe in the Lightning to do this.
History is on their side there. But one thing that they're going to have to make sure that they cut down some on are those penalties. That's really dominated the storyline of this series. The coaches know, the players know that they need to stop. They know how the refs are calling these games. It's tight. It hasn't stopped, though. How do they make it stop?
Yeah, so I think, at this point they know that these games are going to be tightly called. And it's not just in this series. It's all across the league, really, in the postseason this year. It's been different. It's been strange. You talk to guys, players, it's a lot different than what they're used to in the postseason. Now, having said that, with the Lightning, I think it's a little bit different because they've been committing some of these kind of silly penalties, pucks over the glass, too many men on the ice. They had a couple of those in Game 5 that really hurt them. And I think if they get a little bit more disciplined with those and eliminate those, that just expands on more 5-on-5, which they played pretty well in, but when they've had 5-on-5 play with Toronto. So a little bit more disciplined. Again, they have really no margin for error here. So that's going to be the key when trying to cut down on those penalties.
Definitely no margin for error. It's definitely uncharted waters for them. They're not used to being on the brink of elimination like this. How important is it going to be for them to compartmentalize this game, knowing that they absolutely need to win tonight or else their season's done, and then after that they can look ahead onto a potential Game 7?
Yeah, so I think the big thing here is not thinking about the gravity of this moment. You know what I mean? Not thinking about the fact that the thing that they've been working for, the legacy that these guys have created, the whole idea of a three-peat, don't worry about that. This is Game 6. This is 60 minutes and focusing on playing a good 60 minutes of hockey, which honestly we haven't really seen that much of them in this series, and they've fought to try to find it throughout the regular season. So I think that's a big thing. These guys, they have the experience. They're battle-tested, as battle-tested a team as anyone in the league. So I think that having said that, just have a good strong start like they did in Game 5, but have a really good finish, which is something they didn't have in Game 5.
Definitely can't let another one slip through their fingers or else the season will be over. I'm feeling pretty good about tonight, though. We're matching unintentionally. You're rocking the Giannis Uno kicks. I think Amalie's going to be pretty pumped tonight, so I think it's going to be a good night for the Bolts fans. And if you're not here at the arena, make sure you're keeping up with all of our coverage of Game 6 that we've got for you over on social media at Sports by Tampa Bay Times, as well as tampabay.com.